guys, welcome back to our kitchen. Enjoy the recipes. Welcome back, guys, to another recipe at our kitchen. Today we're going to do manicotti, a family favorite. This is a tough one. It takes a little while, a lot of stuff, but it's well worth it. I'm going to start off with just naming off some of the stuff we need. We're going to need ricotta cheese, some mozzarella cheese, about a quarter cup of onion, just some regular ground chuck, sweet Italian sausage, about a half pound, manicotti shells, very important. Gonna need sugar, pepper, basil, parsley flake, the small thing of tomato paste, and the big can, 28 ounces of crushed tomatoes, tomato puree, salt, and of course my secret ingredient. So that's the ingredient list, and we're going to start making, and the first thing we do with this one is we brown our ground chuck. So get a pan, put a little bit of olive oil in there, maybe a tablespoon, half, and actually you don't even need to if you don't want to, because the burger will make its own grease. And brown up your ground chuck. Once your ground chuck is browned up, pull it out, set it in a bowl, take your Italian sausage, sweet Italian sausage, and brown it up, and then combine the two with the onion. Okay, so we'll get started with that right now. Okay, welcome back. I got the ground chuck and the Italian sausage browned up really good. Quick word on that, I like to chop my ground chuck and any kind of ground up meat real fine so that I don't have big chunks of meat. I like my meat to be nice and fine chopped. It's all been browned up really good. See if I can bring it over so you can see what it looks like. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there it is. It's all brown, it's all nice. And now I'm going to go ahead and add the tomato paste and the crushed tomatoes. Now that I got that tomatoes in there, I add the other ingredients, the sugar. Well, let me take a quick look. Sugar, pepper, basil, salt, and you add a cup of water into it. Right now I'm going to stir this up, and then I'm going to add the other spices. I'm going to go with a tablespoon of sugar, make it nice and sweet. A teaspoon of basil. Where are you, basil? There it is. 1 teaspoon of salt. A half a teaspoon of black pepper. Oh, my cup of water. Got to add my water. Once you get everything in there, just stir it up. Now what I like to do is bring it to a boil, and then I'll cut it back down to a simmer. The reason you bring it to the boil, so I'm told, is to get the seasonings to burst. Help spice it up a little bit. That could be just, an old wives' tale or something I made up. I don't know. But anyway, that's what I do. I'll bring it to a boil, and I'll back it down, put it on simmer for about 45 minutes. This will be the base of our tomato sauce. It's really good. Okay, now you got 45 minutes. So during this time, what I do is I'll boil my water for my manicotti noodles. And I'll make the manicotti according to the directions. I think it's boiled for 8 minutes or something like that. Just follow your directions on that. And I'll also mix up my cheese stuffing that we put inside the shells. So we'll go ahead and do that now. And I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. The meat's simmering. The water's on the boil for the noodles. So I'm going to mix up my stuffing, which is a big cup of ricotta, and I've tried the smaller ones, and then you're not, don't go cheap, just get the big boy, and that way you'll have plenty. So So just dump it in there. And usually it just flops in there, but there we go. Take 8 ounces. Now I don't use the entire 8 ounces of the mozzarella cheese. I use probably 6 ounces because I'm going to sprinkle a little on top just for show, you know what I mean? So put in about 6 ounces. Save a little bit just to sprinkle on top when you bake it. You're also going to want 2 tablespoons of parsley. And now, that's a lot of parsley. Oh, these things are tight. But it's it'll be good. That's nice Italian flavor and coloring. Oops, it's a little hard getting it out of this package. There, there's about 2. I'm also going to put in, I think it's 1 tablespoon, let me double check. 1 teaspoon of basil. These are just, you know, seasonings, make it flavorful. Oh. And of course, a little bit of salt. And if my memory serves me, it's like a half. Yep, a half teaspoon of salt. So just get a little bit of salt in there and blah, 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 blah. Now we're going to stir this all up. And use a big bowl so you don't end up like me and have a mess everywhere. And then just stir it on up. Now I went to the meat store today because I like to buy my meat at the meat market. And the ladies, they all know that I wear the Hawaiian shirts because it brings joy to everybody and I like them, makes me feel good. And she said, well, you know, you're the guy with the Hawaiian shirts. I said, yeah, that's right. I said, but come November, I got to take them off because for some reason Rachel don't think I should wear them past November. Well, I disagree. You could wear them all year round because it's just a feeling. But, you know, hey, I'm easy to get along with, so I said, all right, I'll put on flannels. So I was talking to the girl at the thing, and I told her, I said, well, I got to take them off come November. She goes, well, why don't you just make Hawaiian shirts that are long sleeve? Mind blown. What a great idea, right? Don't tell nobody. My secret. I might just do that. But if I don't do it, you guys might want to think about it. That's $1 million idea. Long sleeve Hawaiian shirts for the winter wear. Huh. It's just like, yeah, I'm going to do it. Yeah. Just thought I'd pass that along. Don't tell nobody though. Remember, this is a family channel. Isn't that a great idea though? Hawaiian shirts for the winter wear, long sleeve. I wonder if they got them. And if they do, how come I ain't got any? I'm going to patent that idea. It's a good idea. So anyway, I get this all stirred up, and it's, you know, it's a little tough to stir, so you're going to get a good workout with it. So once you get this all mixed up real good, like mine is, I don't know if you can see it, I'll show you. See it? Can't tell. Ooh. Looks good. Mix it all up. Put it back in the fridge to stay cool. Meanwhile, we'll wait on the noodles to boil. Okay, I am back. The water for the noodles are boiling, Manicotti noodles. And I'm going to dump them in, and it says for 7 minutes, so I'll probably run about 8 minutes. These noodles come in 2 trays. So I only do 1 tray at a time. There's 2, 4, 6, 7 in a tray. So They go supposedly 7 minutes, but I run them about 8. Just dump them in your boiling water and let them cook. Hi guys, welcome back. We're at the stage now of where we're going to literally roll, or fill, I should say, our Manicotti noodle. I also wanted to tell you that you have to stir your meat periodically, so don't just leave it on and thinking you can walk away. Periodically, say every 10-15 minutes, get up there and stir it, and do it throughout the whole process. This here is like a frosting bag, and it makes the job so much easier. So get a frosting bag, and then simply load up your filling, whoops, into the bag, just like you would frosting. Only this is the stuff Manicotti's made of. And as my dad used to say, a bag will only hold so much. So fill it up with something like that. And at this point I gotta stop you for a minute, and what we need is you get yourself a big old baking dish, and I'm gonna put some of my sauce in the bottom of this, maybe, I don't know, ½ inch. And at that point we can shut the sauce down because it's gonna be used here in a matter of a few minutes. Can you see the sauce? It looks good, not runny, it looks perfect. So spread it out in the bottom of your pan. This is going to be a base layer. Something like that. And let us begin to fill the Manicotti shells. Now you get your filler and your noodle, and they're nice and cool now, so you can handle them. Squeeze it in there. Stick it in about halfway and squeeze. Apparently I didn't clip mine big enough, so I'm going to go ahead and re-clip it, because you got to clip the bottom of them. That way, if you want to pipe small, you can pipe small, but here you want a big pipe. Put it in there, squeeze it in, it'll come out like that. Flip it over, do the other end. That is little Ricky. And then just drop it in your thingy, your pot. And go to your next one and do it again. Drop it in there. Squeeze it down. If you've never piped before, squeeze it down so you always got like a nice grip there. And then fill up the next one. See? Maybe I'll do an up close one. Let me do one up close for you. I got a little Ricky. Got my my noodle. Stick the piping bag in there, and then just pipe it up. Pretty soon, it'll come out. There it is. Flip it over. Fill the other end up, just like so. Everybody's favorite. It is quite a process to make, which is why we don't have it all the time. but it's very. Ricky thinks somebody's here, but there's nobody here. Oops, I better back up a little bit. I spoke too soon. Probably won't get quite 14 of these guys. Now, my pan is full. You don't want to overcrowd them because then you'll be digging and trying to get them out and ripping them all up and everybody will be pissed. So, at this point I'm going to stop and I'm going to cover it with some more of the topping. More meat sauce on top. And it's at this point that you'll retrieve those couple ounces of mozzarella cheese and just slightly sprinkle on top. You don't want to, cake it or turn it into a pizza. You just want to get some on there. Everybody likes cheese. So I've got my second pan ready, running a little light on the sauce, and there was something I wanted to say about the sauce. Don't tell nobody. It's another little secret. A lot of these recipes will say, drain your meat. Well, yeah, and no. There's a lot of good flavor in that grease. I mean, you don't want to be at, a ton of grease, but if you get some lean burger and your sweet Italian sausage is a good quality, you don't need to drain it because it's gonna, it's not gonna make that much, which is really what you want, and B, it's gonna add a ton of flavor. So it might not be good for you, but there's a lot of stuff we do. So, fell right back in. Live at your own pace is what I'm trying to say. If you want a little extra kick, a little extra flavor, as long as you buy quality meat, you won't need to worry about draining it. You won't want to because it'll be real flavorful. All right, we got 3 left on a ton of this, so I guess I had more than I really needed. So I will take these last few and really float them up. But this is why I always buy the large tub of the ricotta, because this is a tough dinner. It really is. A lot of steps to it, a lot of work. So you want to make it and make it a lot. And make it good, And I'm going to definitely have some left over, but it's okay. It won't be that much. This, by the way, is the same filling that I put in my stuffed shells. Basically, the only difference is you hand stuff the shells. Shell noodle. Okay. So I ended up with, I probably could have made one more. Or I could have stuffed some of them other ones a little fuller. Yeah, it happens. I'm going to cover the rest of this with the meat sauce and then pop them in the oven. And I cover them and let them cook for, I think it's 350 for about a half hour. Then take the cover off, make sure it's boiling and everything is good and hot. Okay? And we did use every bit of sauce that I made. I like to cover the Manicottis with sauce so they don't get burnt real bad. Okay, and the last bit of the mozzarella cheese will go on this bunch. And again, like I said, just sprinkle it on. You don't want to make it turn it into a pizza. But yeah, and there's the second batch. And here we are, the finished product, Manicotti. We're at the dinner table, so we're just going to go ahead and enjoy. You enjoy too.